How y'all doing? Crickey Joe here. Back on the East River, West River map in South Dakota. Continuing to harvest the soybeans. The combine went a little bit wacky on the auto combine over here in this corner and started going out in the middle of the field and cutting little bits and pieces, so I have to keep an eye on him. I have purchased, if you remember, we bought field 16, which is a grass field. I have purchased a tractor and a swather and set him up on course play to mow a portion of this whole grass area. There's a waterway that runs right through the center of the grass field, so I've stayed on this side of the waterway, and I've currently got him swathing grass so we can make hay. So I haven't got a tedder yet. Once this guy gets done swathing, then I'll get a tedder and hook him up to this. This is the Case IH something or other. What is this one? This is the smaller one. This is a Case IH Puma 160, 203 horsepower tractor. I bought two of those because I got another one set up doing hauling chaff from the cornfield. I've got the Krone Big X 1000 set up in the cornfield waiting, the hired worker. So I've unloaded the first load of corn chaff into this silo up by the entrance to the farm, and I'm going to go back out there. I tried to do course play with this guy, but he gets stuck on the big hill right in the middle of the cornfield, so we're going to do a little bit of driving ourselves so we get some silage started for the cows, got the grass started for the cows. We don't have any fields with wheat or barley to get straw from yet, but we will as we go along. Just want to start getting some episodes up on YouTube on this map so that people can see what it's like. So let's go back over here and get lined up with our forage harvester. Now I'm using the Krone, even though it's not a North American piece of equipment. I haven't really found any great North American brand forage harvesters that I like. And we started the game with this one, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. Get outside here. Get lined up so he can get him started. See if we can match his speed. There we go, that should work. You get a little bit farther ahead. So this is a 12,500 liter Woods silage trailer. I think it's from NI Modding. It's one of the larger ones that they've made, so I'm just going to use it. Even though it's not North American. I'll keep looking for different North American brand implements and vehicles and test them out as we go through this series. So we've got the combine still cutting soybeans, we've got the other guy cutting grass, and we're going to take care of the silage this episode. I know that we won't get this whole field finished on this episode, but I'll continue doing that off screen and on screen as needed. Got what I was going to say. I've got the forage harvester set up on auto combine, so it'll go around in circles. And so we'll see how that works out on this cornfield with that rise in the middle of the field there. 9,000 liters. Guess we can get in the cab. It doesn't take too long to fill this trailer up. Almost there, we are full. So let's swing back around. Is he just going to sit there and wait? He should. So these two fields will keep us busy if we allow them to. They're pretty good sized fields. I do not want to stop at just those two fields though. I do want to get in some larger farming. Sorry, my voice is a little bit scratchy today. So I do want to get into some bigger, large-scale farming on this map over time. Right now we're going to take care of these two fields in our grass field, and we'll get other fields as we go. Get bigger equipment, multiple combines, so we can run 2 or 3 on the same field at the same time. A little bit of lag there. Overall, this map is holding up alright, or the computer's holding up alright, generally so far. So, let's turn in here. A little bit of a lag spike there. Some lag. Let me pause real quick and see if it'll catch back up with itself. I'll be right back. Check on the combine real quick to make sure he's still, yeah, looks like he's doing okay for now. He did mess up in this far corner up here on the soybean field, which happens on the auto combine from time to time. Just got to get him, unhire him and line him back up again and rehire him sometimes. Okay, so let's pull up here. Sign. Pull back around. Allow him to back up so he can get lined up again. See what he does. He should pull up here and then back up. We're not in his way. be interesting to see how the forage harvester handles this rise in the field. Imagine it'll go around because there are some borders around that hill, so it should follow it around fairly easily. Fairly well, fairly easily sounds kind of strange. So he should be okay. I do want to catch that combine too when he comes back down to this corner. Make sure that he's doing what he needs to do. A little bit faster. Catch up again. We're full. So let's run this up. So let's see if we can go around the cornfield this way. Sorry. See if we can make it around. Try not to drive on the crops unless we have to. Ooh, a little bit of a drop there. So there's one of the interstates. I think that's Interstate 90. Runs through South Dakota and the upper Midwest and upper northern tier of the United States. I've been on. I used to drive an 18-wheeler for a company. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that, but I used to drive cross country. Okay, can we get through here? We have a fence. Fences don't really matter. Oh, there's a gate. So we can go this way. Yeah, I used to drive an 18-wheeler. I'm not going to name the company, but several months I drove cross-country delivering loads, so I do have some experience driving semis, as well as farming. And I've driven on I-90 several times, never through South Dakota. Didn't make it up that far north. I did make it through, like, Nebraska, Wyoming, Utah, up into Oregon. Never made it to, say, Washington State or Montana or Idaho. Most of the states, in the upper, extreme northeast part of the country, I never made it up into. I mean, did make it up into New York several times, through Pennsylvania, New Jersey. Everything east, most everything east of the Mississippi other than the northeastern part of the country. I'm going to run back over that just to compact it as we're going through. So we're up to 37,500 or 6%, and compaction is 100%. So we should get a lot of silage off of this cornfield. I may not do the whole thing in silage. I'm going to stop here for just a second. Let me unhire this guy real quick, just so we're not spending money. And I'm going to check on the combine and tractor, which is right in the way. Get him out of the way of the combine. We'll let him go. Get this guy back to the truck. Okay, I want to go. But yeah, we'll let that combine run. It'll probably fill up again before it gets to that trouble area on the other corner. So you see, it takes a long time to make progress on the soybeans because they are so thick. Produce so much. Alright, let's check on our semi-truck. Where are you? There you are. 93% full, so how much has he taken in for us so far? Where is it? Is it on there? Soybeans were up to almost 71,000 liters. So we're going to get a ton of soybeans to sell. And I don't remember, do we have... Oh, let me go back. push the right button, it might help. Do we have a great demand coming up? Corn, or wheat, corn, and oats. The closest one is wheat, so we'll probably do wheat next. Okay, so let's check on this. Truck should be full, and I have to continue. For some reason I have to continue him. That's okay. We let him go on and do his thing. Hold off on the silage for a little bit. Just wanted to show you how I was doing that. Let me check on the combine over here again. He should be full and waiting. I want to keep an eye on him. And let's check on our swather. I set him at 8 miles per hour so that it's more realistic as far as speed. And he has a very large area to swath. So once, like I said, once he's done, we'll end up getting a tedder so we can dry the grass out into hay, and then we'll get a baler. And I'll probably use one of the in-game chrome balers just because they're so much easier to use. And they work well with mixing rations as far as their size. And then after we get everything tedded, we'll get a windrower to get everything, and then we'll bale. And then I'll use the auto stacker also to automatically load the bales up for us and take them back to the farm. Set a waiting point so we know when he's there we can jump in and put the bales anywhere we want. A little lag there. So this guy seems to be, I think I got the offset on the swather set up about right so that he'll make passes offset to the left. Okay, we'll get back in the combine. So I want to see what he's going to do up here once he gets up to this messed up area. So maybe we should have gone for the bigger combine, or I can always get a second one of these, but then we'd have to get another grain cart because they'll just fill, two of them would fill up this one way too fast. Alright, we'll see if we can even make it up to this point. It fills up so fast, he may not even make it. So I'm going to try to do 2 episodes on this map per weekend. So this will be the last one for this weekend, because I'm also doing the Serbian map. I'm doing another series on it, because there's so many things that I didn't know the first time I did it, and I really enjoy that map also, so I'm going to try to do at least 1 episode of the Serbian map per week, and then try to do 2 on this one. This one will take a lot longer because of the size of it. That's fine. I really enjoy this type of farming on this type of map, so. Alright, he's full again. Let's see how this guy is doing. Seems to be doing well. I set this the limits of this field up away from the fence so it wouldn't be running through the fence all the time. He does a little bit of a weird turn when he goes back on this end, but that's alright. Just a ton of grass out here. I don't think we'll need any more grass fields. And I got this swather, even though it's not North American, I got this one because it would be more representative of what we would use for a pull-behind type swather in the United States. Plus, you know, on course play I could just set him up to go and forget about him and let him do his thing, and he'll finish when he gets done. Finish whenever he is, you know, not in a big hurry. Farming just takes time. You know, I could have gone for the big crone swather, but I wanted something a little bit more representative of what you would see here in the States or North America in general. So that's why I went with this little swather. And I'm not worried about the way the grass windrows look right now, because we're going to ted it and then windrow it with a regular windrower, which will make nicer and more uniform windrows. So this guy is still waiting. Is the other guy truck back yet? He's waiting for the truck. So the truck should be coming back here before long. Let's see where he's at. He's coming back. I haven't really looked at the inside of this too much. We got a CB and a radio and the cubby holes. Kind of thing I had my semi when I was driving cross country. I drove an international, what the heck was it now? Now that I'm talking about it, I can't remember. It was an 8-speed, oh, what do they call those? Pro Star, International Pro Star. It was a 2009 model. It's a nice truck. I didn't enjoy driving semi, especially. Having to be away from my kids for a month at a time was not good for them or me. I did find a local job driving trucks. Okay, we do have to kind of get him over here out of the way. He gets a little bit blocked, so we should pull up here and stop. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, and I drove with a buddy of mine. We team drove cross country, so it was nice having someone you knew to be with you, as far as, you know, keeping you company and could identify with your life back home. Would have been a lot worse being a single driver. Doing a solo driving across country would be a lot worse. Be a lot of isolation. Didn't mind the actual job itself, the driving part. That didn't bother me so much. The main thing was being away from my kids so much, you know. And I'm not the kind of dad that, I was divorced at the time, so single dad at the time, and I'm not the kind of single dad that doesn't like to have anything to do with his kids. I want to be around my children. I have them a split 50-50, which is another story altogether. I'm sure you guys don't care to hear about that. But basically, truck driving didn't agree with my parenting, the way I felt about being home with my kids. So let that guy go on. I better hop back in the combine and see how he, let me jump out here. You can see how he kind of messed up down here and started skipping around the field. He does that once in a while on the auto combine. You just have to deal with it and straighten him back out. He just kind of cuts little spots. So that'll probably mess us up when he gets to that point. You'll see. And there comes our tractor. We'll just kind of sit here and watch this for a minute. Kind of stresses me out when I play this game and I try to do too many things at one time, so I just try to let things happen in a leisurely pace. I'm not in a big hurry. There's no withering. At least I did speed up the map to test out the withering on this, and I didn't have any withering, so we can farm it at our leisure. combine rolling again. And on this one, I think I will do plowing using coarse play. At least on the fields where I don't have major obstacles like the cornfield. This field I will plow. Yes, we did plowing growing up. And generally you plow, then you cultivate. Keep cultivating through the mid to late summer to keep the weeds down. And usually what happens before you plant wheat again is you spread the fertilizer pellets and then work it in with a cultivator and then do your planting. And sprayers are generally used after the crop has been planted and you need to spray something on the crop, fertilizer, herbicides, pesticides, fungicides. So you should be alright on this pass, but next pass he's going to have issues with that big gap in the field. So we'll have to do something like right here. You don't need to turn that way, mister. I'll line him back up again. You line you back up. You do not need to be turning all wacky. Let me go ahead and get you started to this point. And then rehire you on auto combine and let you go back to it. So after I tape this episode, I will be doing what I can during the week. Like I said, I do work full time, and a lot of times I do work extra hours to take care of my family, so I don't have an unlimited amount of time to do much off screen. I try to do a little bit in small segments at night. What's wrong with this game? What's bad about this game is that sometimes you lose track of time and you get carried away. Before you know it, you've spent an hour or two. You don't even realize it. Alright, so I think I'm going to cut this one about 30 minutes or so, maybe just over 30 minutes. So you can kind of see what's going on, where we're at. Definitely when we get to a point where I take a semi-load to sell, I'll definitely take you along for the ride so you can see how vast this map really is and kind of see where at least one sell point is. I'm not sure where they all are yet, and I'm not going to take everybody on a big massive tour because it would just take too long. I'll kind of do a tour during the series by going to different places as needed. Check on our mower, swather. It's making steady progress, not fast progress of any sort, but not worried about that. It'll take him quite a long time to get this whole field moved, or at least half this field, because I think, yeah, if you look, let me put on course play so I have a cursor. This is field 16 that goes all the way over to here, but if you can see, I don't know if you can, there's like a waterway that runs right down through here to the road. So I've only set up course play to do this portion of the field, not this section over here. So even this area is very large. I wasn't sure at first when I set this up whether this grass would actually mow or not, because because it's kind of sparse looking, but it does. It's just fine. So I think we'll end it here. Kind of let you see something new. Got the grass swathing started for hay. We did get the chaffing of the corn started, so we are moving ahead, albeit slowly. Probably won't be making progress on this farm by leaps and bounds because of the amount of time I can actually spend playing it in my off time. But we will make progress, and over a period of several episodes, we'll be making some major progress, and we'll have to keep tuned in and see where we're at, and then look back as we get further along and see where we came from to where we are. So I hope everyone is doing well, and we will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.